Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a really good week this week. So this week, what is popping and dropping is a tag pop-up card, and we open it up and we have all of this goodness. So I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. It says leaves are falling, autumn is calling, and we have a little house over here and trees. I decided to do two 3D trees. Isn't that neat? A little squirrel down here and some more decoration. And then, of course, on the back, we have a place where we can write a message. So if you guys would like, we can go ahead and head over to Design Space. And I'm going to show you everything that comes in this file. And I will meet you there.
Okay guys, now that we are in Design Space, when you open the tag pop-up card, it's going to look something like this. The only thing I want to mention is this piece here where you see it looks like bricks. I have it set on deboss. If you have a maker, you can do the debossing. If not, you can change it to like you could have it drawn on there or whatever your machine will allow you to do, or you could just take it off if you would like. So if you want, you can go ahead and add any extra pieces that you would like to add to your card. Don't forget to go up and name and save your project, and we can go ahead and get our pieces cut out, and then I'll meet you at the craft table and I'll show you how to put it together. I'll see you there.
Okay guys, now that we are back at the craft table, what we can do is get our pieces out that go to make our base of our card, which is going to be two of these tags, and then we'll need our two mechanism pieces, whatever color you cut yours out in, and then we'll also need the piece that connects it together, and that's what we're going to start with. Okay, first let's make sure we have our card up where we can see our little scored lines, and those need to be on the inside so we know where to lay these. So both of my scored lines are up and on the inside. Then we're going to get our piece that connects our two labels together, and we have two score lines on here that need to be worked, and we did it this way so it has a little gusset in it, so when we go to fold our card, it'll fold up nicely with everything in it. So let's go ahead and work those two score lines. What we're going to do is pick one of our sides of our card up, and we're going to try to center this the best that we can. And I'm going to put mine on the outside. That way I can cover it up with my pretty paper and it won't be seen. So once we get it centered, we'll just take a little bit of glue and center it on our card, and you'll just work it up to that first score line there. Don't go past that. So let's go ahead and do that. So there we have it on, and that's what it's looking like on the other side. Now to line this up, we'll just put it down on top of the other one. Match these two up, and we can lay it down once we have it all lined up, and then just put glue on our other side of the tab here, and then we'll fold it to this side of our card. That way everything is lined up. So when we open it, we now have this piece that looks like this. All right, we can set this piece aside and get out our two pieces that look like this, and we are going to work the score lines on here. You have your mechanism facing the way I do, which is where this part is cut out. You'll see that score line that's just on the side. So let's work that. And then once we have that one worked, let's go down to the one that's more than midway down, and it's a score line that goes all the way across. So let's work it. Okay, the next one is going to be on our two little pieces of each side here on our little, it's going to be where our card can pivot. So what I like to do is take my finger and put it underneath like so. And then I'm going to take my thumbs and just give it a good pinch right on those score lines. And then we can turn it around the other way and work those to on this end that we need to work, and just give it a good nice squeeze. So if you put your fingers back in, we want these to be mountain folds. Our two little tabs right here on the side that makes it pivot, those will be valleys. So your card should end up looking something like this. So we're going to have a valley on this first one, a valley on the inside. This will be our mountain, and then our little area here that pivots is also a valley. Okay? And then don't forget to work your little tab at the very end. So to put this on, we'll take our little tag card that we made, and you're just going to line this section up in our score line that we have up here. And you're going to go up to that top score line, the one closest to the end here. And we will put glue all the way up to that score line. So from here all the way over to this side. So let's go ahead and do that. So you should have something looking like that, and it's only glued up to that bend right there. And then, of course, that's what it looks like on this side. Now we can go ahead and work our other one. And it's the same way. We can work that little tab there. Work the one at the top that goes just on the sides. Then let's work that score line that goes all the way across. Then we're going to push this to the back. And then we're going to put our thumbs underneath, and we're going to give that a pinch. And then we'll come up here and then give those a pinch. And then we can fold it all up into a sandwich. And there we have our other side done. Now to connect it, we'll glue it down right inside the same way as this end. You want to make sure you have this edge, not this one. And we're going to glue it right up to that first score line, like so. So let's do that. And remember, when we put our glue on, we're only going up to that bend. So let's do that. And then once we have it on, we should have two ends that's just flapping in the wind like that. So what we'll do is fold this tab in and this tab in. We're going to put a little glue on the top, and then we're just going to glue them together like so. So you won't even see the little tabs. So let's go ahead and do that. And then once you have it on, it'll look something, excuse me, something like this. And then it just folds so nicely up in our card. Now I decided to do the blue on the outside to cover up my tab for our pretty paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. So let's do that. Now look how pretty that's looking. Now we can put our little decorative ends on if you're going to be using those. I didn't on my first one, but on this one I think I'm going to use them. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put decorative paper on the inside of each of these sections. You do not have to do that. That's just an option. But what I suggest that we do is put these pieces on the arms here because it helps support and make the arms a little sturdier. Very simple. We'll just put a little glue down and then you will glue your piece right onto it like so. And for our little arms over here, because we have the cutout area, just be mindful of that. So I would just put a little glue on your section over here and then put your piece down on it so you're not getting glue or tape everywhere. So that's what it's looking like so far. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the rest of my support. And then if you're going to do your little decoration pieces, we can go ahead and put those on. And there we have it. Looking good, guys. So now what we can do is decorate our house. So this piece of the house will go on like so. And then on this piece I did some like bricks and a little bit of shading with some ink pad on here, and then I'm gonna glue that on the center like so. And then this I made so we can set it right in the center to give it some layer look. And then we have our door and then our two windows. And then we have our little house done. Now our house will set right inside here, and then it'll want to line it up with the edge where it ends up hitting right at the edge here. So that's where we would stop it. So I'm going to make a little mark here and here. So I know I need glue from these two lines back for to put my house on. And then I'm going to make sure my house lines up and stops at this section here at the bottom. So that's what it looks like. You can see there where I've stopped the card, the house. Now on the first card I made, I did 2 3D trees. You can do 3 if you would like. On this one, I'm only going to do 1 3D tree in the middle, and then I'm going to use just 2 single trees that look like this. It doesn't have the slot in there, but in the file there are enough if you want to make 3 of them. So if you've not put one of these together before, this will slip right down in that slit there. So the bottom will look like a T. So it'll look like that. And then if you notice, we have a split right here in the one that has just a little notch at the bottom. And then if you also can see, there's a long stem right there. That one we will take, and I like to fold it. Just put a little fold in it, and then we're going to glue it to the other side of the tree. I'm trying to get it together here so you can see. Long piece of the, right here is the long piece of the limb that I folded over. And then we're going to put a little glue onto it, and then we're going to glue it to the other side of that tree so our tree will not come apart. And I just put a little dot of glue on our limb. Don't want to be wild and crazy. There's the glue there. And then we're just going to take it and fold it onto that tree branch. Like so. So now when it opens and closes, it cannot come apart. And there's where we glued it right there on that branch. You can see that. So we'll pick a V section of the tree. It doesn't matter which section. And we are going to glue it in the V of this section. So the fold of this. So it will sit in our card like so once it's glued. Okay. And we have a little 3D tree. If you're going to do it on each of these, you do it the exact same way. You're just going to glue, instead of on this, you glue on this V fold, on this scored line, and on this scored line. So it would set like that. And you'll just glue whatever branches are up there. I will say with the one down at this end, if you're going to put your message on this card, it does block it a little where you can't see your message very well. So totally up to you how many you would like to put on here. Also remember, we don't want to go past our bottom here when we're gluing our tree on. So just keep that in mind, because we don't want our tree sticking out of our card. So if you keep it in line with these ends right here, you should be a-okay. So the next thing we'll do is take and put a little glue on the section we're going to fold down on our card. So these branches are sitting nicely on this side, so I'm going to put glue on there and then glue on the other side. So then we have our first little tree on. Okay, and before we put our two side trees on, we need to put our fencing on. If you're going to use it, and you just can pick your pieces and then work them and cut them off as you need. I'm just lining mine up with the bottom of my arms here. And there we have the little fence. Now if you want to put a fence on this tree, what we can do is take a little piece, fold it in the middle, and then we can glue it right on to the tree like so. So I figured out where I wanted this to go. It needs to bend right there, so I just took it off and bended it at that section, and then I can just go down here, See where it stops, and fold it at that section. If you want your fence to go beyond that, you sure can. Now we can take our trees and glue them on. Now I'm just going to go ahead and finish decorating my card, and then I'll be back to show you what I came up with. Okay guys, so we have this cute little envelope that's in the file, really easy to make. And then we have our finished card here. I just did an owl on the front and some pumpkins, a squirrel, acorns, and then we open it up and look at all of this fabulousness. I just added another little owl over here on the tree, if you can see, a couple of squirrels down there, and then for my little saying in the card, I put, "I couldn't wait for a special occasion." And then, of course, on the back, we have a place where we can write a message. Do you guys know where owls buy their clothes from? The Owlet Mall. Guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with me. Don't forget to stop by next week to see what's popping and dropping. Bye.